niggas. Look, I had to change my ways, I don't know sinning. Got the name changed, not to sound your holiday. Ever in the world, I gotta ask myself. Man, the white man, the devil, I ain't imagine this. Witness in the hill, but my people can't imagine hell. I'm in the field with black haters and Hispanics. Never drop my sword, no panic like behind. The touch the house of Satan, they just want some time. Means to go against the law, but you won't survive. If you can't have a drink, we get birthed alive. Me of all my enemies, the worst advice. If you ain't UBK, you don't worship Christ. Nah, say you don't worship Christ.
Cult leader. Yeah. We think the truth, but we a cult leader. Yeah. Well, listen, I'm a cult leader. Yeah. Well, listen, I'm a cult leader. Yeah.
Forward. I said your other forward.
I didn't move forward.
I said your other, you put your back on the what's that? Who was it?
Christianity, no homo, white supremacy.
Yeah, who?
Real Jews, yeah. Jesus Christ is a nigga. We scholars in the scriptures. Fuck your false doctrines. I'm a gangster, I can't go to church. They false prophets. I face the east and wait for the sun. Look your peace and I don't need your love. I'm gonna have slaves when the kingdom come. I see my adversaries teaming up. But they ain't ready for war. And if they is, we gon' bring it to them. Bring them to the pages, read overnight. Right when the devil, he could show a liar. Can't trust the snake, Jesus called the light. How you love everybody, won't be the one dying. I'm bloodthirsty, pray my enemies drop dead. Nothing God's table won't forget his place in. Niggas hypocrites, I just want slaughter and revenge. A sword and crown to give my kids. Home in the truth, you ain't in this house. I was lost in the world, but I get it now. I got niggas sitting down when you getting out. You ain't ready for a baby, but don't kill your child. Home of the truth, you ain't in this house. I was lost in the world, but I get it now. I got niggas sitting down when you getting out. You ain't ready for a baby, but don't kill your child. And I can never be a Muslim because they worship rocks. If you don't serve the Most High, then you first like God. You don't mind to shoot me, I was shot like a son. One rush out, let's shoot a king, that would die. I got wisdom from the prophets, I ain't without. In the belly of the beast, trying to make it out. I heard the truth, so I can't transgress the law. For a long time, I was a rebel without a cause. I was called by the Lord. I feel like the poor man with a dog in his sword. Came from my neighborhood, but on all the scores. The church man, my name still destroyed. We living in the time when the money get recorded. Men of the still president of the I got a Glock. My brother's little real weapon. I just came on my yacht, but it's still paid. Hold the truth. You ain't in this house. I was lost in the world, and I get it now. I got niggas sitting down when you get down. You ain't ready for a baby, but don't kill your child. Home of the truth, you ain't in this house. I was lost in the world, but I get it now. I got niggas sitting down who ain't getting out. You ain't ready for a baby, but don't kill your child.
How you got that on? You can't find me. Shalom, Israel. Y'all know what it is. This is Sharpen the Sword Radio. Another episode, man. You understand? Going down. All right. Up under Commander Jimmy Hunter of the ISUPK. You feel me? And y'all already know what it is. If anybody got any questions, we'll call in, make a comment. You can dial 712-832-8330, and the access code is 910-1409. All right? And let's get it in. I'm the host, Captain the Dog Bar, and we are about to get into a couple of topics, man. Man, good night. The people that are ruling over black people, all right, is the devil the Bible speaks of. And black people are breaking their necks to have an animal rule over them, all right? And you still, I mean, I don't understand it. You know, the Lord is doing and showing you everything humanly possible to get you to separate from these people. And you still find the love of Jesus in that little Christian heart of yours to continue to want to vote and love these people. I'm going to start with this. I got so much, good damn night. All right. We got here, and this is the paper. St. Louis, America. You see, everybody can see that. Getting the black vote out. Good. Goddamn. Getting out the black vote. Getting out the black vote. And let's see what this says. I'm sure it's filled with ridiculousness. All right. It says here, little note on the side, Nicole Galloway, Democratic nominee for governor, spoke with St. Louis Treasurer Tishara O. Jones and State Senator Carla May during a rally on Saturday, October 17th. All right. Said volunteers and paid canvassers try to energize the community for its own good. No, they're not. They're not energizing the community for its own good. The very people that you voting for is helping the white man drain everything out of the damn black community. There's nothing else left here. They done took all the money, all the businesses, and took everything worth some out of the city and then put in a damn Wendy's and a McDonald's. And hell, there's not very many of those around here anymore. Damn Taco Bell, Jack in the Box, KFC. You understand? But none of the stores that actually bring some real money is even in the hood. Like I said, you can even find this, you can do some research and you'll find that they take the money from the hood to build up their suburbs and the communities that they live in. Okay? That's why right here in the city, where the school is located at on Delmore, it's called a dividing line. Delmore, the white man called it the dividing line because it divides the middle class and the rich from the poor. If you're on this side where we're on, you are the poor. If you're on that side, you're middle class and rich. You understand? And guess what? They ain't mixing the two. They don't want you on that side. They are fighting like hell. Matter of fact, when you go up a little further up Delmore on the corner of Skinner, they closed the church's chicken down. They closed church's chicken. Guess why? So that your black ass would not come up there in their loop. The Delmore loop is for white people, and they don't want you there. And these people, these canvassers, these volunteers, they are not going around energizing the community. Say, okay, come on, y'all, let's get off of crack, man. We can't have y'all like this. Let's get off of this weed and blunts and bones and whatever else y'all smoking, man, and pills. We can't have y'all like this. We tired of it. It's for your own good. Let's do it. We can't turn around and have sisters out here prostituting on the corners, man. Or the brothers, man. They got men on the corners prostituting. We can't have that, man. We gotta get y'all back right. That's not why they even doing it. They're going around saying, vote for Trump. Vote for Biden. Vote for this person for governor or for mayor, which is completely ridiculous. And guess what? They don't have you in mind at all, but to be a goddamn fool and think that you are going to vote with purpose. To make it like you are really doing something here. to make it like you are really going to change things. Change, always change. Why in the hell does everything got to be changed every goddamn election? Why can't change just happen and it stay like that? Huh? Why does everything, every election is change? Focus on change and hope and better. It's all of that is for the neighbors that's going to go vote. So that you can think that you're going to be included when you're absolutely excluded from everything. The wealth, the fair living and housing and all of that, you are excluded from all of that. Because they find some type of way to turn around and keep you off. Turn around and get you out of the community. They deny you living in certain areas. They still do that. They did it back in the 60s and they're still doing it in the damn 2020s. It's still going on right now today. Right? Certain places that you cannot go. Black people can't even go to the goddamn park and barbecue without some Karen walking up on them complaining. Black people can't even sell water with a permit. With a permit, they can't even do it. Without some devil calling the police on them. They can't even walk their brother. There was a brother that was walking in the damn park with a white woman. And she, are you following him? Harassing this goddamn man, calling the nigga and every damn thing else. All he's simply doing is walk in the park like she is. It's ridiculous. But let's keep it. It says, all summer and into the fall, the Reverend, now pay attention, it's the Reverend, it's always these preachers. It's always these preachers, got their nose right there, front and center. Okay? It said, Reverend Michelle Higgins has set aside any thought of leisurely weekends with her family. She said, oh, you know what? This is like, I'm not spending time with my family. I got an election. We got to vote. Okay? It says, instead, she and her 2 children have been out knocking on doors. My children's weekend outings are canvassing and getting to know neighbors around our church, building for a specific purpose, and that is our survival, said Higgins. This is a bunch of S-H-I-T bull in front of it. You understand? Come on, man. Now all of a sudden, you want to hit the streets and get out here and canvass, because guess what? Those politicians pay off those preachers. Those preachers are whores. They're whores. They're paid whores, man. And all they do is, election time, time to get out there, I got work to do. You understand? That's what it is. You got paid to turn a trick, and now you got to get out there to turn your trick. And that's what these preachers are doing for these politicians. All right? But let's keep reading. It says, pastor of St. John's Church in North St. Louis and one of the founders of Action St. Louis, a grassroots racial justice organization, says, I have to believe that my people are going to show up, she said. And a part of my ability to believe it is that I've seen it. Along with thousands of others around the state, she is part of a network of paid canvassers and volunteers trying to energize black voters and get them to the polls. Okay? They're not trying to fix the community. You got to do more than just read the big print, because these letters, the volunteers part, what they was doing to energize the community is big, bold, stands out. But the little letters that you got to read a whole lot of is where you get your the juicy and gossip and all that stuff from. You understand? You got to turn around and do more than just read the title. You got to get into the story, because they are all paid canvassers and volunteers. They're not doing this on their own. They would not have done it if they had not have been getting paid. You understand? They would not have taken 1 foot outside their door to get black people to come and do a goddamn thing had they not have been getting paid for it. What foot does the preacher step outside of that church and hit the community to turn around and clean up the people that he claimed to be leading? When does he do that? Never. That goddamn Friendly Temple on Martin. Matter of fact, what's the name of that one on the corner? First before you get to that temple. The one on the corner of Martin King and Human. What's the name of that? Look it up. Give me the name of that church first. They sell more ass right outside of those doors than the law allows. The same thing with Friendly Temple. They sell more ass and smoke more crack and sleep on more of the benches more than anywhere else. They got what is it? Bus stop, two bus stops right by the clinic, and then there's a couple of benches right there. They always sleeping right there. They always getting high right there. They always prostituting right there. You understand? So what the hell are they doing? When have they came outside of the beautiful, beautiful doors they got? They got some big old beautiful doors, don't they? And they stepped outside of them one time. What's the name of that church on that corner?
The Williams Temple Church of God.
The Williams Temple Church of God. So you got the Williams Temple Church of God right on one corner where they selling asset and getting high and smoking dope at, and then you go down a little further and they got Friendly Temple. Friendly Temple. Williams and Friendly. Right? You would think that in this area, since this is the house of God, it would look a lot better than what it do. You would think that the people wouldn't be doing the things they're doing right outside of the doors of the church. But they are. Why? Because the church is the house of Satan. That's why all of this stuff is going on in our communities. Because the people that we let lead us, these preachers, they are nothing but sellouts for the white man. They are doing the work of Satan. Okay? And they're doing the work of Trump and governors and mayors. And none of these people have ever been proven to help us in our situation. Voting has never worked for black people. And it never will. I turned around in camp yesterday. We had a sister, we was passing out the flyers. And I told the sister, I said, it's time for us to come together. She said, man, it's time for us to vote. I said, oh my God, here we go with another vote nut. You know? And I said, sis, what is voting? It was three of them right there, actually. A brother, a sister, and then another sister. And then the sister said, what do you mean? I already voted. I already cast my vote. I said, okay, so I'm sure you voted last election, year before that. I said, what have we ever gotten? She said, we got Barack Obama. I said, what did he ever give us? The brother said, a track phone. Obama gave niggas a damn track phone with 300 minutes on the goddamn phone. I said, good night. And she think that we was blessed with Barack Obama to have him in office. I said, lady, are you kidding me? You know? And then I said, sis, it is a sin to vote. And then you know what the other sister said? She said, you know what, I heard that. And then the other woman said, I don't know, but I'm voting anyway. You understand? So, like I said, it's just ridiculous, man, that the condition that our people are in to where they really believe they're going to go do this right here. Take a piece of paper, put a name on it, pop it in the box, and then, freedom. That is silly, man. Nobody votes for freedom. Ask the white man, did he vote for freedom? Ask the Chinese man, did he vote for freedom? Because he fought against the white man. I didn't see nobody go and march and vote about it. When you look up any of these wars that took place, they fought it out. They didn't vote on a goddamn thing. Then guess what? You might have to fight too. But you have to fight your goddamn demons first. You have to fight your lust first. You got to fight that weed and that crack addiction first. You got to fight that whore, that white woman addiction first. You got to fight that damn Halloween and Christmas and Thanksgiving addiction first. You understand? Because all of those things are sins. You got to fight that birthday addiction. You know, you so goddamn silly. You 50, so you got to celebrate every, what do they call it, milestone. You turn 30, you turn 40, you turn 50, you turn 60. 50 is the new 30. 60 is the new 40. 70 is the new 50. You just out there silly. That's what you are. You need to grow up. You understand? This is why we're going through the things we're going through. Because you just refuse to. You like, what do you call that commercial? The Toys R Us kid. You understand? You don't want to grow up. You're a Toys R Us kid. You're a goddamn child, man. And that is ridiculous. And all of our people are suffering because you want to be childish and selfish. You just got to have it your way instead of doing it the way God said to do it. The Bible says to let His will be done on earth, not your own. Not your own, because you're going to will to do everything evil. You're going to will to get high. You're going to will to sell your body. You're going to will to molest kids. You're going to will to be gay and lesbian. You're going to do all manner of evil against the Lord if you do it your way. And again, that's why we're here. That's why we're trying to vote our way out of oppression. So damn stupid. It's right there in front of your face, which is to obey God and all of His laws, statutes, and commandments. That's how we get out of these conditions. But you such a goddamn junkie, you can't help yourself. You such a goddamn liar, you can't help yourself. That's a sin too. A lot of people don't think lying is a sin, but it is. You just love Christmas and the gifts that it brings. But you just cannot help your damn self. Like you just can't buy somebody something anytime you think of them. Anytime you think of a person, you could buy it and say, "No, man, I'm thinking about you, man. I want you, sir. Here you go, man. I hope you like it. Hope you appreciate it. Oh, baby, I was thinking about you today. You got more on Valentine's Day. Well, you got a woman at home, and you with her every day of the goddamn year. But on this one day when you don't get her some cards and some chocolate and a teddy bear, then you don't love her. That is crazy. And see, we would rather do all of that, man, than to simply obey the Lord. But let's get back to this article, back to this voting thing. And it says, it's absolutely game-changing for voters in the black community. Good night. Said Michael Butler, St. Louis Recorder of Deeds and former chairman of the St. Louis Democratic Central Committee. Now, I want to know how game-changing is it? Like, what in the game has changed? When black people are still being oppressed by these folks, huh? We are still being oppressed by these animals. All right? The people that we voting for are simply animals, man. And the black people is pushing votes on black people. They're monsters. You understand? Because a damn animal is simply incapable of hearing your cry, your plea, understanding where you from, or any of that nonsense. And this is ridiculous. What's up? Hold on. It said they are doing the work from a lens. Hold on one second. From a lens is based in racial equity and putting black voters first. They always got some type of garbage going on. Last year, was that last year? Remember the Black Voters Matter thing came on? Yeah, it was last year. Me and the brothers went to an event for, was it the 5th year of Michael Brown being murdered? The 5th year that Michael Brown had been murdered, right? The 5th year reunion, whatever they was doing. And they claimed they was going to be talking about Michael Brown and him being murdered and how it was senseless and how it needs to stop and all of that good stuff. When we got there, it featured a sister opening her new restaurant and then Black Voters Matter, right? And I'm sitting here waiting on Michael Brown and, you know, how the police is, you know, need to be arrested and this and that, and to talk about, you know, our brother, us losing our brother senselessly, then it was nowhere to be found. So what these politicians did, because one of the women was I think she was a governor or some mayor or something like that. And I forgot her damn name too. But it was all to push her agenda. It wasn't even about Michael Brown at all. She just used that brother's death to turn around and gain and gain some money and some endorsement for herself. Because soon after that, they started raising, because they said, oh, we're going to take up a collection. How much? Oh, I got 100, and I got 300, I got 500. They doing it. It was a joke. You understand? It was like that mess that Oprah did on her show that time. You get a car, and you get a car, You get a call, everybody gets a call. That's how they get. They just raise their hand instantly. Oh, I got money, I got 100, I got 500, I got 300, I got 200, I got 25, I got 40. I mean, it just didn't stop. It was ridiculous. It was just to make you get your money. That's all. You know? And the brother there admitted that voting did not, he got on a whole Black Voters Matter shirt. And he said, I know voting is not going to work, but we got to do it anyway. I said, damn, that's stupid, man. Like, just to hear you talking? You not hear you talking. That you had done something for your family, your wife, or your kids, or your husband, and you think it would not get the result you want, you would never do it. You would never do it. If you thought cooking for your man more would never bring him home, you will never cook. You'll never do it. You know, I ain't gonna cook for him. You ain't gonna cook and hope that he come in the door. You ain't gonna cook and text him and baby, I cooked, I hope you come home today. I hope you eat my food. You gonna say, man, I ain't seen this nigga in 6 months. I ain't cooking for him. Not me. You gonna say, I ain't nobody's food. But then you run to the damn poll to vote. You run to the, they got ballot boxes. They already said that they was putting out bogus boxes. The people that got you voting is putting out bogus boxes in areas. So that you can drop your ballot in that box and then turn around and get picked up by somebody and take it to the trash. Like, it is nonsense. All right. But then it said, they have done more. Here we go. This is the best vehicle for Black voter turnout. Now this is what she does. They walking in the hood with a damn speaker and a microphone, talking about Black people go vote. This is ridiculous. And this is the best turnout ever. Okay? And it says, they have done more for Black voters than the Missouri Democrat Party has done in 50 years. Wow, what did she do? What has changed? Our brothers and our sisters are still dying due to Black on Black crime. Drugs is still through the roof. Molestation is still through the roof. Rape is still through the roof. The churches are still on every damn corner, robbing people out their money. What have they done? Nothing. They are now 150 local organizations moving under the umbrella of the St. Louis-based Movement for Black Lives. Electoral Justice Voter Fund Project. This is ridiculous. Said which launched in October 2017. And you know what else launched in 2017 while they were voting? Let me get the name of the project. And we're going to go over this. We're going to bring this out too. 1 second while I find, while I get the name of this project that came out in October 2017. 1 second. Okay. I think this is it. All right. The zero tolerance policy also came out in October in 2017. And you know what that was about? What happened with that is that's how our brothers, the tribe of Issachar, the Mexicans, got separated by their families. You understand? Over 2,000 children were separated from their families, and about 600 are still missing. 600 of them are missing, man. Children are probably dead. That's what else came out in October 2017. And we're going to go over that too. But I'm going to go ahead and drop that and get into some of these. I don't really know the whole, man. This is ridiculous. Because people need to see just how ridiculous this is. All right? And it says, the voter project is educating voters on the absentee ballot process and explaining the voting is a tool for change. There it is again, the same old change. Look me up Barack Obama's slogans. Look up Bush, his slogan when he ran for president. Look up, let me see, Trump, Bush. Who else can we go? I don't go too far back. Clinton. You understand? Bill and Hillary. We know Bill's was a vote for fellatio. We know what Bill's was. You hear me? Bill's said vote for fellatio. You understand? Who you got?
I got Obama.
What is that?
Change, we can believe.
Change. There it is. Change.
Yes, we can.
Change we can believe in. And yes, we can. Good night. What did he give you to believe in? He didn't do anything. None of them do anything, man. Come on. You got another one?
So like you said, Bill Clinton?
Yeah, give Bill Clinton. See what his was.
For people, for change.
For change, there it is. Wait. For what?
Putting people first, it's the economy stupid.
Wait, read it again.
For people,
Uh-huh.
for change.
For people, for change. Keep going.
Putting people first,
Putting people first.
it's the economy stupid.
It's the economy's what?
Stupid.
Stupid. Good night. Damn, he is. No wonder he voting for some head. Damn. Go ahead, read. Give me another. It's always change. It's always change. Look, they so messed up. The president before them was so messed up, they got to change it. It's always change. Change. Hope. Vote. It's the same nonsense, man. And like I said, you're voting for an animal to rule over you. Animals don't have a sense of compassion. The lion don't see you and say, you understand? He turn around, roar at you, and you better run. You better have a vehicle to jump in and drive off, something with some horsepower, because the feet that you got might not be enough. You understand? Because if that lion wants you, he's gonna come and get you. I mean, you can look at some of these things on TV and YouTube where different animals have snapped and went berserk on humans, eating their legs off, biting them and scratching them, doing all kinds of things. It was did you see that one recently on Facebook? I think it was a white man and a lion, I think it was. And the damn lion had he bit his arm. He bit the white man. You saw him? Yeah, that was recent. And the damn zoo. The white man love them animals. Yeah, they love you too. That's why he bit his ass. You understand? But go ahead, get on.
Romney, believe in America.
Believe in America. Go ahead.
America's comeback team. Romney.
America's comeback team. Good night. Go ahead.
This Romney. Restore our future.
Restore our future. America's just so jacked up every year. We gotta change it. The last president that messed things up, we just got to change. Vote for change. Hope. Now I heard it was St. Louis, the slogan has been, to hope is to vote. Go ahead.
Salaki.
Go ahead.
Ben Carson. Heal, inspire, revive.
Good night. That is ridiculous. They are ridiculous, man. And who falls for that mess? Black people do. We're the only somebody that fall for it. White people don't even care about it. They really don't. They don't care. Because they know that, hey, they're doing just fine. Now, when it's something that they actually want to put in place or don't want you to take away, like their gun rights, oh, they're going to get out there then. They're going to get out there with the ARs. They ain't going to vote about it, though. They're going to get out there with the ARs and take action. But you are the only sucker that gets licked every election with this voting nonsense. Go ahead, you know.
Sorry. These was the candidates, but Gary Johnson said, make America sane again.
Make America sane again. That'll never happen. Everybody in this goddamn place is crazy. The politicians, the goddamn preachers, You understand? Everybody involved in political nonsense. What do you mean sane? Make America sane again. Good night. Trump ain't sane. He's an idiot.
Somebody,
Go
I
ahead.
got a couple of years on this.
Go ahead.
Keep America great. Make America great again.
Mm-hmm.
Promise made, promise kept.
Mm-hmm.
Buy American, hire American.
Good night.
Make
But wait a
our-
minute. Hold on. You see how that's a joke, right? Buy American, hire American. Do you know how many American cars got Chinese parts on them? You know what I'm saying? Like, why you got all these foreign cars here and keep bringing them here if you want people to buy American? Stop sending the foreign cars in here, and guess what? Then I guess the American automobile industry will be flourishing. Because it'll only be American cars here. Like, he's an idiot. And then you said hire American. You see all these Hamites that's working in Targets and Walmarts now, and in Snooks. All these East Indians. I've seen so many East Indians not in 7-Elevens lately. You know what I mean? They are in stores. They are in Walmart. They are in gas stations. You understand? They are in, and I ain't talking about owning it. It's working there. I've seen it. You know what I mean? Like, what is he talking about? Go ahead.
Make our farmers great again.
Make the who?
Farmers.
Farmers. Oh, man. The white man he do the farmers so bad. Good night. What he did with them was just for them to keep a consistent income, they upgrade their equipment so often and make them farmers pay back ridiculous amounts of money just to keep up. They keep changing what they want them to do and having their farms and laws and things like that to where it's costing them more and more money, and they have to go back and get loans and to upgrade their equipment and this and that. Because now, instead of like feeding the animals like where you can just turn around and, you know how you do a dog, pour it in a bowl. You can't do that no more. They got a whole feeding system that the farmers had to go and put into their farms, and with lines and spigots and spouts and outlets and all of that, to where the animals could walk up to it and suck on it and feed out of it like that. So they got whole different systems in there now, feeding the animals that the hormones and the growth mass is going to make them swell up and be a full-blown chicken in 3 weeks. You know what I mean? All of that, man. They doing all of that, and the farmers are paying for it. They making farmers great again. America is sucking the life out of everybody. Go ahead.
Build the wall and crime will fall.
Build the wall and crime will fall. What about the criminal that he is? Now, he is a complete criminal. He evades his taxes every damn year. That's a crime to evade taxes. And he just did it again. He only paid $750 in taxes for the whole damn year. That's all, $750. And he's talking about the crime going there. Stop evading your taxes, Donald Trump. Be honest and tell them how much money you actually making. Stop lying about it. Go ahead.
Jobs, not mobs. Jobs, not mobs.
Not mobs. His daddy in the mob. He in the mob. What are you talking about? Good night. Damn. It's a war of them on Trump.
No, that's all for him.
Good night. You see the ridiculousness? Jobs, not mobs. When Donald Trump got out there and spoke highly of two mobs of white people, what was that, Antifa and right wing? He spoke highly of those two mobs that were fighting and about to kill each other. But he said, man, there's good people on both sides. I love them both. That's what he said about the mobs. But now it's jobs, not mobs. Good goddamn night. Donald Trump is an idiot. Good damn night. Let me read a little more of this. Good night. Go ahead. You got another? Go ahead.
Mike Gravel says, in the American Empire.
In the American Empire. Man, please. He knows there ain't going to be no more money for him if the American Empire ends. So that's nonsense. That's all garbage. Let me read a little more of this, then we jump to the next one. We are organizers who are making lead organizers out of every block captain, every grandma, every cousin, Higgins said. About half of Missouri's black voters live in the first congressional district, which encompasses all of St. Louis and much of North St. Louis County. It's the district where Ferguson frontliner, there it is about Ferguson, and nurse Cori Bush is likely to become Missouri's first African-American woman elected to Congress after an August 4th Democratic primary upset of longtime incumbent U.S. Rep. William Lacey Clay. Good damn right. The next largest block is the 23% of black voters who live in the 5th Congressional District, which includes Kansas City. Out of Missouri's 4.2 million voters, about 515,000 are black. You see that? Not very many of them. You understand? That number of voters is not very many blacks. Okay? Out of 4.2 million, only 515,000 vote. That's not very many. So your black vote still is not going to matter. Go ahead.
It's nothing.
Really, it is.
Nothing out there that's coming.
For real, it's really nothing. It's all garbage. And it says, according to the U.S. Census Bureau survey, more than 80% of black voters will support Democratic candidates, according to the Pew Research Center. Okay, I'm gonna read this part about Barack, and then we're gonna jump on. I'm sorry. In 2008, Barack Obama was the last Democratic presidential nominee to come close to winning in Missouri. Black turnout statewide was 73.5 according to the census. In 2016, it was 65.5%. If we really want a record turnout of black voters, which is what you need to win in Missouri, then you are going to have to electrify the African American community, said Charlene. So basically, if you just want to win and be a damn mayor or governor or whatever it is, you gotta use black people. That's basically what she's saying, man. And it's ridiculous that we fall for that garbage. All she's trying to do is just win a seat amongst white people. Well, guess what? They'll do you like Donald Trump did. What was her name? What is his name? That he kicked out. Yeah, look at her name go forward. You're gonna end up like her. You're gonna get kicked out. All right. Let's see. Let me get some of these stories, man. I know it was one that you had sent. I want to pull up. Because we're going to get on this crime. We'll pull out a couple of incidents that happened here in St. Louis, too. The update on the coronavirus. Let me give you that one real quick. Gotta keep you updated on that corona, the COVID-19, and what the Lord is doing in the earth with that virus. All right. Says report U.S. sees second highest single day rise in coronavirus cases since start of pandemic. All right. They already have predicted once it gets close to the winter time, it's going to get worse. Okay. And guess what? It turned right back up. They thought it was going away. Everybody started coming out and not social distancing and just hugging and touching everything and everybody. And guess what? It went right back to the roof. It says the U.S. reported its second highest single day total of COVID-19 cases Thursday, coming in just below its highest reported total in July, according to a Reuters report. The nation had 76,195 new coronavirus cases on Thursday, approaching its previous single day record of 77,299 on July 16, according to a Reuters analysis. 32 states reported rising COVID-19 infections on Thursday, according to CNN. That is a lot. 32 states out of how many? 50? What? 1, 2? 52 states? You understand? How many states are it? 52? No, I think it's 52. How many? Look it up. That's what you got a Google machine for. Look it up. Let's see. There were 916 deaths on Thursday, one day after the U.S. reported more than 1,200 deaths for the first time since August, the Reuters reporter said. Good damn night. Hospitalizations related to COVID-19 have increased by 34% since August the 1st, with a total of nearly 41,000 patients across the country. Good night. Go ahead, you found it?
It's 50 states, but then they got what you said on her as far as 52.
52?
Right. D.C. and Puerto Rico.
Uh-huh. Absolutely. All right. So good night. Watch out for that COVID-19. You understand? And for you blacks and Hispanics and Native Indians that's terrified of it, you better turn around and get in the truth and serve the Lord, for you get it too. All right. But let's jump to another article, man. All right. Bear with me 1 second. I wanted to bring this one out here because St. Louis has a real problem here with its lack of brotherhood and sisterhood and how we treat one another. You understand? There has been over 100 children under the age of 17 that has been murdered in the city of St. Louis so far. And what is it going to take for you to change? Is it going to take for your child to be like, you should see all of those 100 children as your very own. It could have been yours. That's what you should see. You know, when you see someone else strung out on drugs and dying from drugs and all of that, and on corners prostituting and stealing out of stores and getting arrested and in and out of prison, you should think, that could be me. So how can we fix that to where this brother could turn around, or this sister could get off of the mess, and then guess what? And then nobody would get on it from, from there forward. How about you don't get on drugs? How about you do that? And I do not understand it. Everybody has seen everybody in the family. I used to see the people in my family that was on drugs when I was a kid, and I used to say, "Damn, I don't want to be like that." Good. And I ain't gonna never be like my uncle. I ain't gonna never be like my auntie. I ain't gonna never do this like my family. I'll never do that. And then guess what? Other family members turned around and got on the very same drugs and ruined their goddamn lives. You know? And it's sad, man. But I'm gonna read this article right here. It said, "I can't get my baby back, and it hurts so bad. Woman heartbroken after 15-year-old son shot to death. She said, I am just hurting. He was my baby and was killed outside our home," said the mother of a 15-year-old homicide victim. The little man was only 15 years old. Right? 15 years old, murdered, dead. Right? It says, a heartbroken mother after her son was shot and killed outside of their North St. Louis home. "You just don't know how bad this hurts," she said during an exclusive interview with 5 on Your Side. "I can't get my baby back. I would love to. This hurts so bad," she added, with tears streaming down her face. The mom said Thursday afternoon she was inside her home when she heard gunshots. So this happened right outside her house, right outside her doors. "Yes, I was home and heard it, but I didn't see anything," she said. Neighbors told Johnson's family Ezell was sitting in the back seat of a car when a young guy walked up and repeatedly fired into the vehicle. Police said Ezel, a ninth grader at Soldan High School, died at a hospital. He was a good boy. He wasn't out there doing wrong, his mom said. I loved my brother. He meant a lot to everybody. My family, even his friends, said Ezel's big brother, Ken Johnson. A day later, around 3 p.m. on Friday, police said someone shot a teenage girl multiple times on the same street. It says, as far as the girl, I've learned she was a friend of my brother. They were like close friends, and she is around his age, Ken Johnson said. Police said so far this year, more than 100 kids have been shot in the city. Ezel Johnson is the 19th child who was under the age of 17 to die from their injuries. Good goddamn night, man. This is ridiculous. Okay? And this needs to stop. And the problem is that the people that has been leading, ruling over us, number one, let's start with the so-called white man. He absolutely hates our guts. He's done nothing but murder us ever since we've been here. Okay? And then you got those slimy Christian preachers that claim to love you with the love of God, and they have not been teaching our people properly. And look at what we're doing now. Look at the situation that we're in. Let's take the white man out of it for 1 second. And let's say we only had our leaders, which are the so-called, which are the preachers, right? The pastors, the deacons, the reverends, the bishops. And let's just focus in on them for 1 second. If we would turn around and have done like what God said to do in the Bible, then we wouldn't be going through any of this mess. If they had been teaching everything that's in the Bible from the beginning, then guess what? A lot of our people, because people would listen to those pastors. Why? Because they believe that they are actually men of God, when they actually are not. They actually are not, man. They serve and work for Satan. That's why they are doing what they are doing. That's why they tell you the things they tell you, that God love everybody. God love you no matter what. It's nothing you can do to take away the love of God from you. It's all kind of mess. Oh my God. Turn around and had a Christian come to us yesterday at camp and turn around and said that we're supposed to keep the laws, but when you keep the laws, it makes you curse. I said, good night. I said, why are you contradicting yourself? If you make a statement, it's supposed to make sense all the way through. Not turn around and sound confusing and cause confusion. You're supposed to keep the laws, but ain't no but. Ain't no but. She just don't want to keep it. And she doesn't keep it. And the sister said, man, I am wicked on my best day. I said, dang. I would hate to see you having a bad day. But these are those Jesus freaks. These are the ones that claim to love Jesus and Christ with all their heart, their mind, their soul. And it's just a bunch of mess, man. They really don't. Christ said that these people honor me with their lips, but their hearts is far from me, and I'm paraphrasing, of course. Yep. Now let me get the next article real quick. And we'll get a couple of scriptures on this too. Alright. Here's another one. It's another sad story, man. Terrible thing that happened here in the city of St. Louis due to the black on black crime that exists that needs to end. Brotherhood is the solution. You understand? Us loving each other like family instead of, being individuals and being selfish toward one another and then hating one another to the point to where we'll turn around and murder each other. That has to stop. All right? Says driver shoots at man who hit his car, injuring a 2-year-old in North City. A 2-year-old girl was shot in North St. Louis City while inside a car early Friday morning. Now, this is crazy, man. This is crazy for I mean, my brother or my sister, and especially a little precious little baby, they life ain't worth my car. You hit my car, I don't want to kill you because I want your insurance information and your driver's license, and I want you to pay for you tearing up my car. That's it, man. Not no goddamn pull out no gun and want to kill you over no car. And then shoot a damn baby. A 2-year-old baby got shot for this nonsense, man. For a goddamn car. They could have killed that baby. That baby could have been murdered, man. All because you are psychotic and out of your goddamn mind and just want to blow up somebody because they hit your car. This is what we have come to where we value each other that much to where we'll kill each other for a car. That's no value in your brother or your sister at all. You understand? But let's keep reading. Officials with the St. Louis Metropolitan Police Department said the girl was in a car with a 32-year-old man near Belt and Natural Bridge when the trail of the man was towing hit a white van around 6:30 a.m. The man then pulled on the side of the road and got out of his car near Ashland and Clara when the driver of the white van started firing shots at the 32-year-old. The man then got back into his car and left the area on Interstate 70 when he realized the 2-year-old was hit and shot in the arm and leg. And it says the girl was taken to the hospital in stable condition. If that person had, if that brother had a not took off, that baby would probably be dead. That child would probably be dead, all because of this person and their road rage. You know, you see it and hear it all the time. They blowing the horns at each other. They cussing each other out. They throwing trash at each other's car. One person, you turn around and this is what gets me. This used to get me with people that walk and drive. You understand? You'll see some people walking across the street and they'll look at you. And I've even read some of their lips. I wish you would hit me. And why do you wish this big hunk of metal I'm driving hit you? Like, that's crazy. Why do you do that? You got people when you're driving, got your family in your car, somebody too close to you, I wish you would hit me. No, I don't, because 9 times out of 10, they don't have insurance. I want you to go around and slow your ass down. That's what I want you to do. I want you to get in front of me so I can see you and you don't hit me from behind. And then I had to fix my own damn vehicle. You understand? And I'm really not coming down on my brothers and sisters for not having insurance, because the white man makes it so goddamn high to where you can't afford it. You understand? So I do understand. But if you don't have insurance and license, why don't you drive like you got some damn sense instead of like an idiot? That's a whole demon, man. You got a whole demon. Ain't got license, ain't got insurance, they ain't got your tag straight on your car, ain't nothing right about you, and you got the nerve to be flying down the goddamn street running signs and like that is a whole demon. All right? That is ridiculous, man. Let's pull the next story, though. All right. Let's see. Yep. So what St. Louis needs is brotherhood, man. You put them goddamn guns down, you understand, and learn to work it out. Don't go and shoot at your brother over no vehicle, man. I notice your little whip, that's all you got. You know what I'm saying? You got some 20s, well, they 10s, and you keep them clean. I understand. That's all you got. But don't kill your brother and then hit an innocent baby over no vehicle. God damn.
So,
Go ahead.
it's off topic, but I just ran across another slogan. And it
Go
says,
ahead.
together we vote. Souls to the polls, Missouri. And this is in the Black STL, the Black STL group.
Good. Nice. And what is it again?
Souls to the Polls, Missouri.
Mm, mm, mm.
And of course, it's hashtag Black Voters Matter.
Souls to the pole. And when all the souls get to the pole, what's gonna happen? What they gonna do? Sing?
That too.
Yeah, that's what they gonna do when they get there. Sing. Gonna pray.
Music and
Mhm.
shout and
Mm.
then they gonna stop and go. Then they gonna go back and do all that other
Good, goddamn right. You know what? A sister told me yesterday. She turned around and this was at the legacy over there. She turned around and said, "Man, I'm getting ready to vote. She said, I'm voting Biden." She said, "I just hope they don't kill it." What make you think they gonna kill him? Like, what make you think he's really gonna help black people? That they gonna murder him? None of them help black people, man. Stop with the foolishness. That's what I'm saying. The white man has done a real job on us to turn around and have us think that his system and voting and the candidates and the Democrats and the Republicans and all of that nonsense, it's of the same entity. It's just like how a lot of people, when they catch cases, they don't like using what's those damn attorneys? What is it? Public defender. Yeah, they don't like using public defenders. Why? Because the public defender works for the state. So you got the state giving you an attorney, and that's just like, nope. That would be a conflict of interest. Because in the end, that attorney is going to be on the side with the state. They're not going to turn around and side with you. You're the criminal. You're the criminal hoping to get a break, hoping to be free. All right? So, this is crazy. I definitely got to bring this one out right here. Let's get the next one out. Hold on, wait a minute. Let's see. Let's get this story. This was ridiculous. These are the people that you are voting to be around. All right. We actually got a video on this. I will play the video, but I'm gonna skip that. This story right here. Hold on. This story right here is when. Let me get it back. Hold on. This story right here. This sister, 64-year-old sister, man, was jogging in South St. Louis. Passed out on the sidewalk, died. And then they got a video of a white man pulling his van over to the side, approaching this woman, stealing her cell phone, and left her to die on the damn sidewalk. Now, this is what you voted for. You're voting to live around and be joined together with people like that will let you die on the goddamn sidewalk. And we definitely got some pictures on that. All right, but let me read the story, man. This was terrible. One second. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Man stole phone from dying jogger outside Anheuser-Busch Brewery, police say. Police are investigating after a man stole a cell phone from a 64-year-old jogger who lay dying near the Anheuser-Busch Brewery on Sunday. The woman collapsed while on a run in the 1200 block of Lynch Street about 1 p.m., police said. Surveillance images show a man get out of a red van and take the woman's phone before leaving the area, police said. EMS later arrived and took the woman to a hospital where she was pronounced dead. Police did not specify how the woman died and released no other details on the stealing Thursday. All right. Now, like I said, man, this cat, this devil, saw this woman dying. Saw her that she was on the ground. She collapsed, passed her. He saw it. And he pulled right behind her as she collapsed and got out and took her damn phone, man. And they got it all on camera too. And I want to read a couple of scriptures right on that right here to show you this is who you voted for. All right. Okay, I'm going to start with Deuteronomy 28, chapter 28 and verse 50. This is okay, well, I'll take it back. I'll start at 49. Okay, no, I'll do 48. I'm gonna start at 48. It says, "Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck, until he have destroyed thee." Now, first, that's talking about this slavery that we serve here in America, right? White man put us in captivity. They have plenty of pictures, different ads that they used to put in their papers, and you know how people, when they lose a dog, they take get a print and print it off and have a picture of the little puppy on there and writing on it and call me if you find my dog, and post it up on a light pole. They used to do that too. When they were selling slaves back then, they would have a picture of us on it, you know what I'm saying, and they say, hey, this slave here for sale, this Negro for sale, you know, and it never said African, okay, it always said Negro or slave, right? Because guess what? The slaves were Negroes, okay? And let's keep going. It said, "The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand." We didn't know this old bastardized language called English. You know what I mean? We didn't know nothing about this. We spoke Hebrew. Okay? And that's that nation is talking about, so-called white man that comes speaking this English. Alright? And then it says in 50, "A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor shew favor to the young." This devil got out of his van and did not show favor to the old, man. You're supposed to help an elderly person, man. Even though the woman was fit and in shape and was out jogging, she still needed some help at that point. Probably could have saved her life. He would have been a hero. But you know what? Because it was an acre, he didn't give a damn. Because he was black, he didn't want to be a hero. He didn't want to save the day. That's where he actually wants you at. Dead and in the grave. And they all would love to have us all dead and in the goddamn grave. White man believes that the world would be a much better place without the Negroes. And I believe just the opposite. The world would be a much better place without the white man, because he is the devil the Bible speaks of. And he has been ruining and destroying our lives and the damn ozone layer, and the damn North Pole and the South Pole, and the goddamn water, the rivers, the lakes, the oceans, every damn thing, the food, the fruit. The white man has destroyed, hell, outer space. He's messing up outer space, man. What hasn't he destroyed? Extincting certain animals. Certain animals are extinct now because of him. It's ridiculous. And he definitely, let's not even talk about our young folks. Let's not even talk about them and how he doing them. We put out a story one time to where they have here in the city of St. Louis right now, they got 12 top 12-year-old children that's incarcerated that they are talking about charging as adults for their crimes. They don't even have any mercy on our children, man. You know what they say about our kids? Oh, you should have knew better. You should have known better. One was out getting high, smoking weed, and then turned around and he murdered somebody. He ended up murdering somebody. And he didn't have compassion. They went into his home and pulled his background out and said, look where he comes from. His mother's on drugs. Everybody that lives in his house is on drugs. He had no choice. He had no hope. And they were begging in this court for this young man. And the judge said, no, he knows better. He knows better. And because of it, we're going to try him as an adult. So they're not showing favor on our children, on the young or the old. And this devil turned around and watched this woman job and watched her pass out and then turned around and went and robbed the woman, man. Like, that is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. And if that is not the devil, then who is he? If the so-called white man is not the devil, then who the hell is? Who in the hell is? Nobody else fits that description like him. Nobody. All right. Let's see. We got a couple more stories here to report. 1 second. Because this is crazy. Because like I said, this is who you are voting for. You are voting for an animal to rule over you. And those preachers of yours, those pastors that are trying to convince you to do so, like the ones that went canvassing the area, the paid volunteers and canvassers, they didn't do it for free. But go ahead.
So I can, they make good money too.
Oh, of course they do.
Canvassers make excellent money.
Oh,
They
yeah.
in between $15 to $20 an hour.
Oh, yeah.
Just to go canvass.
Just to go canvass.
That's more than minimum wage. And this is a seasonal position.
Right.
But if they
Right.
do well.
Right. God, I've heard some of them even making up to $25 an hour.
Kind.
Yeah. But like you said, the job is only seasonal. They only do it at this time right here. Pay you top dollar. Okay, pay you $20 and $25 to get out there and get people to vote for them. Like, they not trying to, like what they said in their article, electrify the damn black community. Why you only doing that around the election time? All of them do it around election. You see the white people going around hugging little black kids and walking up and down the street, you know what I'm saying, on their commercials in the hood. You ain't never seen them walking in the hood no other damn time. When have you ever seen them walking the hood doing any damn thing? You haven't. You haven't, man. They ain't concerned with the hood. They don't give a damn about the hood. The only ones should care about the hood is the niggas that live in it. You understand? We should care about the hood so much that we turn around and eliminate all of its problems, man. Not wait for our oppressor to do it. He's the reason why we own the drugs and why we're underpaid, only making minimum wage, and why we're behind in bills, and why we're swamped with debt, and why we can't pay for the things that he deems mandatory, and he makes things mandatory so that you cannot do it, so that he can have a reason to lock you up. If insurance is going to be mandatory for your car, then you should turn around and make it affordable for the people to have it. Then they play games with the area that you live in, if you live in the city or the county. You understand? Depending on which part of the county you stay in, because some of the county is like the city too, it's straight up hood. You understand? It's a wild, wild west in some of these counties too. And then guess what? They turn around and say, oh, if you live in the city of St. Louis, then your insurance is going to be higher because you live in a high crime zone. So we know that your car is subject to get vandalized, get broken into or stolen or wrecked. So you have to pay more for insurance, and then you can't even afford it. So you have to drive around illegal to get to work just to be behind on your bills. And like I said, and why are we turning around and asking the oppressor, the people that do things like that to us, to turn around and please fix us? Please make the hood great again, please. I hope this is going to be the president that's going to turn things around. Joe Biden got on TV and said, if you don't vote for me, then you ain't black. Like, good goddamn night. They always got some type of trick. They just like those preachers, man. They always throw it up in your face as if you're wrong and you're the problem, when actually it's them. You shouldn't even be asking me. I'm not even black for you just sitting with me listening to you asking me to vote. I'm wrong for just listening to you asking me that foolishness. You know what I mean? That's how we should take that. Not know if we go and actually vote for the damn man. Because guess what Biden's going to do when he get in office? Nothing for us. Nothing. All right? So let me pull the next one. All right. 1 second. All right. It says, parents of 545 children still not found 3 years after Trump separation. 3 years after Donald Trump ordered a crackdown on undocumented migrants crossing into the U.S., lawyers are still struggling to find the parents of 545 children separated from them under the zero tolerance policy, according to the American Civil Liberties Union. All right. In a court filing, the ACLU said that about 2/3 of the parents have been deported back to the country of origin in Central America, leaving their separated children behind. In the rush to carry out Trump's orders, the locations of the 3 parents were not recorded, and 3 years later they still could not be found. All right. Now they want to rush and hurry up and do this to our brothers and our sisters. Saying this in Mexico, the tribe of Issachar. They want to hurry up and put them in cages, treating them like animals, man. Treating them worse than dogs. They got videos out where they had the brothers and sisters in the cages, man, begging for food and something to drink, and the white guards that's guarding the place was recording them, mocking them, man. They thought it was funny. You know? They thought it was funny, man. And guess what? The Lord doesn't think it's funny what you are doing. And he said in the Bible, the sooner you return to him, the sooner he'll take care of the so-called white man. It's in the Bible. He will handle his business on this devil if we would return to him and obey him, be obedient. But you just got to go vote. You think that whoever you're going to vote for is going to be the fix. That's ridiculous. I asked another sister about voting. And she turned around and said, well, I know I don't like Trump. I said, what about Biden? She said, I said, don't sound like you like him either. I don't. But I got to vote for somebody. I'm like, man, see, there it is. You know, for some odd reason, black people have reasoned with themselves and said, the lesser of two evils, which shall I choose? And they thought that was a smart thing to think of. When that was absolutely ridiculous. It was utterly ridiculous, and it's shameful, man, that you are so weak. You're just so weak. You can't fight the temptation just to receive a sticker. That's all you're going to mandatorily get is a goddamn sticker after you vote. That has the American flag on it, red, white, and the blue, and it's going to say, I voted. That's all you're going to get, is that sticker. And here you are, ready, you're going to go vote, man. This is crazy. This is crazy. But guess what? When you voted, this turned around and got that wall built. It got our brothers and our sisters to hell. You know how many undocumented Chinese people it is over here? Do you think all them chain walls and chop sueys got damn legal papers to be here? Hell no. They already had done the statistics and got the numbers back. That it is more illegal Chinese and East Indians, the ones that own the damn 7-Eleven and some of the liquor stores, it's more illegal immigrants of them than it is the goddamn Mexicans. And furthermore, they were here first. You understand? The Hispanics, well, in the native tribe, they were here first, man. This is their goddamn land. You are a squatter. You turned around and stole their property. And now you want them to get out? How about you get out? Then that way we can make the ghetto great again. Without white people. Boy, the world would be a much better place without white people. The white man is just a cancer contaminating everything and everybody. All right, let's see. Let me keep going. The ACLU said, one second. I'm going to get on the zero tolerance policy just 1 second. The zero tolerance policy was announced in April 2018. It was later revealed that the administration had begun family separation the previous year under a secret pilot program. And like I told you, that started in October of 2017 as well. It wasn't just in April of 2018. Okay? Let's see. In total, 1,030 children were removed from their parents by the U.S. government under the pilot scheme, of whom 485 children have had their parents found under a scheme imposed by federal judges. Now, who do you vote for? Who do you vote for when the federal judges are the ones that's in there plotting schemes to separate goddamn families, man. To separate children from their mothers and their fathers. Who do you vote for? Who's going to fix that? Huh? Biden, is he going to fix it? Is he going to fix the scheme? Is he going to go on the inside and say, hey, you guys are running a scheme on these people, you better stop it? Or everyone's under arrest? Hell no. He's going to keep running schemes too. Do you think Trump is going to get in there and turn around and shut down the schemes? Hell no. Donald Trump, the biggest slickster that the world of the casinos have ever seen. He's sitting there running schemes on them out of all the goddamn money. Good night. Let's see. The ACLU and a team of lawyers have been tasked by the courts with finding all the parents. Under the pilot scheme, about 66% of the parents separated from their children were deported back to Central America before the court order was imposed on the Trump administration to find them. The search for the parents who are called unreachable in the court document has been hampered by the coronavirus pandemic. The ongoing sufferings of hundreds of children and their parents lost to each other as a result of government action. 3 years after the event has caused widespread anger and revulsion. Okay? And Paola Luisi, director of the coalition of almost 250 groups, Families Being Together, said that efforts will continue to find the parents until they have all been found. And it says the Trump administration ripped 545 children away from their parents, lied about it, then lost track of them as they departed from them into danger. Departed them into danger, and that's par for the cause for a sadistic immigration system. And understand this: a lot of those children got molested, and everything else, man. They get treated so cruel in them cages. And the only thing you can think of, the only thing that black people can think of right now is going to go vote while our brothers and sisters and little children is in damn cages, being molested, underfed, every damn thing else. Separated from their families and all of that. And here you are, you're going to turn around and vote. You should be ashamed of your damn self, man. Your pastor should be ashamed of himself, encouraging anyone to go vote when this kind of stuff is going on with our people, man. When Trump got in office, this is what he launched. It was launched under another name. They call it like a Ponzi scheme. To where they name it one thing, but it's actually named something else, and they're doing something else other than what they said they were going to do. And they turn around and now our children are being separated from their families. They're being recorded and put on the internet and being treated as if they are animals in a cage. Won't even give them food. And hell, they treat dogs better than they treat our people, man. They'll find a dog and hurt or sick dog and nourish it, and get it back to health and make sure it can walk again and bark again and all of that, man. But then turn around and you see these children and you have no compassion on them. So when you separate 545 in their family, a total of them over 2,000 of them. But let's read about the zero tolerance program. And it says here, why are families being separated at the U.S. border? And it says, why are children being separated from their families? In April, the U.S. Attorney General Jeff Sessions announced a zero tolerance policy, stating, our goal is to prosecute every case that is brought to us. Under the Trump's administration new enforcement policy, every migrant who crosses the border illegally, even those seeking asylum in the U.S., is subject to criminal prosecution. All right? And that's terrible that that's all they want to do is prosecute us. They just want us in their system. They want us in their prisons. They want to fill up the prison houses and turn around and let none of us go. That's in the scripture as well. All right. Let me get some more. Since children are not allowed to be held in a federal jail, they are taken from their parents and placed in the care of the Office of Refugee Resettlement, and that's ORR, Office of Refugee Resettlement. So they can't just lock the kids up like what they want to do. So they have to take them to a facility. Almost 2,000 children have been separated from their families at the U.S. southern border over a 6-week period during a crackdown on illegal entries, according to the Department of Homeland Security. Now, let me ask you a question. What is the Mexicans doing so wrong when they get here? You know what I'm saying? All they doing is cutting all the goddamn grass. All they doing is working on everybody's house, painting it, putting roofs on. You understand? All I see them doing is work. And you know what Bush has said, George Bush Jr. has said when he was president, and this issue was presented to him, he turned around and he said, hell, he said, they're cutting all the grass, let them stay. He loves how uniform Ishikar get that grass, man, especially when they do the lines diagonal. You know what I'm saying that? When they cut the grass at an angle, you understand, instead of cutting it straight across or straight up and down, back and forth. Man, they turn around and do it at an angle, boy. Hey, your yard looking real good. You understand? They say manicure your yard. Ishikar over here getting down. But then Trump said, damn that, we're going to turn around and lock them up, make them all criminals, and separate their families. All right, completely destroy these families. All right. A DHS spokesman told reporters last week that 1,995 minors were separated from 1,940 adults between the 19th of April and the 31st of May 2018. Now remember, they started this a year before under another scheme, another name. Okay? And it says, Immigrant advocacy group, however, says hundreds more have been separated since at least July of 2017. What happens to the children? It says, after being separated from their parents, the children, some as young as 18 months, are then treated as unaccompanied alien children, a category which exists primarily to serve children who voluntarily arrive at the border on their own. Good damn night. These people are monsters, man. They are monsters. And if anyone is telling you to vote, they are a monster too. They are the devil as well. You understand? Because why would you turn around and encourage and urge black people to go and vote when this is what you voted for? To have families broken up? Don't you have a family of your own that you want to stay together? Huh? You should think of them as if it was your family. And it says, unaccompanied alien children are placed in the custody of ORR within 72 hours of being apprehended by border agents. They then wait in government-run facilities for weeks or months while agency officials search for relatives or sponsors to care for the child while their immigration case is pending. Reporters who have toured the facilities where families are separated by Border Patrol officers describe hundreds of children waiting in cages with concrete floors, kept away from their families. That's crazy. They sitting here walking and sleeping on concrete all day. That's what these children are being treated like. And you ready to go and what it say? Every soul to the pole. You ready to go every soul to the pole while over 2,000 souls are sitting in cages. Good goddamn night. One immigration advocate told the Associated Press that a teenager helped care for a young child she didn't know because the child's aunt was somewhere else in the facility. The teen said she had to show others in her cell how to change the girl's diapers. That is ridiculous. In the shelters, children are offered toys and books. But Colleen Kraft, the president, American Academy of Pediatrics, who toured a shelter in Bordertown in Texas, described children in distress. I mean, what do you think they gonna be? You think they gonna be happy little children? When you done separated them from their parents. Of course they're gonna be sad and hell is in distress and every goddamn thing else wrong with them. They're gonna start developing mental issues and every damn thing else because of what this animal is doing to them. Let's read some more. Separating children from their parents contradict everything we stand for. Let me tell you something. No, it don't. Because this ain't nothing new. They did it to us in slavery. And they doing it to us right now. They separated our damn families back in slavery, and they doing it now. This is in the Bible. And let me get those scriptures real quick. Hold on 1 second while I get this scripture to show you what the Lord said would happen once we got here in America off of those ships. What would end up taking place.